Tom Brady has been having quite a tough time these past couple of months, and it looks like the chaos is still not coming to an end for him. Instead, there is now the news of his retirement going around. Today, let's talk about how Tom Brady has recently made his thoughts on his eventual retirement very clear, blocking out all the speculations that have been going around. Stay tuned as we dive right in, starting with what Brady had to say about his retirement plans. Tom Brady, who will be 45 next year, realizes he only has a few seasons remaining in the National Football League. In a wide-ranging interview with Ramon Satuda of Variety, published in May, Brady said he doesn't have a fixed plan for when he could retire, but observed he's quite near to the end. In a recent interview, Brady said that he has no idea when he would retire from professional football. He said that for now, it's year to year, and he wonders whether this may be it. The star also added that it's possible that he might reconsider his decision. Brady also said that he has come to terms with him not having another 5 years of playing time. Not having a lot of spare time, he prefers his method. He plans to go all in to find out where he stands. According to Brady, his body is now feeling great. He suffered many severe wounds over the years, but if everything goes well and they win, he'll be thrilled. A memorable retirement by Brady in February lasted just 40 days before the tough competitor returned to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom said he made the call on the spot and that he and the rest of the team made the appropriate call in informing the Bucs of the plan, Brady advised Satuda. After talking to his wife and the team's previous coach, Bruce Arians, as well as the general manager, Jason Licht, he realized he still had what it took to play at a high level. Not to mention, he doesn't want people to question his commitment. He stressed that saying yes would not make his commitment any less firm, but that he needs time to be with his son, who is 14 and lives in New York City. He gushed over his wife, saying that she has been very supportive of my job for many years, so he had to approach her and start a conversation. Those discussions and choices are made with him as a member of the family, and he's got a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old child to worry about too. Life is hard for everyone. Brady acknowledged that the scenario was unprecedented due to the 40-day retirement. Tom explained further, saying that there was a lot of pressure on him to make a decision quickly. Originally, he would have preferred to unretire in July, but the longer he waited, the more plans were made without him in the picture. So he ultimately just made the decision. Let's talk about what he's doing other than NFL. Brady, who owns a fitness firm, apparel line, production company, NFT platform, and other enterprises outside of football, has signed a long, lucrative deal to join Fox Sports after he retires. The quarterback was asked whether we may not see TB12 with Fox for another 2 or 3 years, and he gave no firm answer. Obviously, there's a possibility, he added. Yet, he is almost to the finish line. When asked whether he would appear on a Fox broadcast in January as a trial run if the Bucs did not make the playoffs this year, Brady replied that he had no intentions to do so. He has stated his intention to devote his whole attention to football this year in an effort to reach his full potential. What's more, he talked about his focus on diet. Even after a long and successful career, Brady will not entirely give up the things that have made him the greatest of all time. It has nothing to do with dieting. According to Brady, most people think of Satuda as a picky eater because of what they've heard about him. He insisted that he sees firsthand how crops are cultivated. He said his aim is that he won't assume anything is edible because it's sold at a supermarket. Food, in his mind, should provide the nutrients his body requires. Calorie restriction was mentioned. He needs soil to get the nutrients he needs. It won't come from Frosted Flakes. Now that it can be purchased at a supermarket, more and more people will associate it with the idea of going to get food. He thinks that he wouldn't have made it to 44 and played football till 44 if he didn't eat how he did. Up next, he was even questioned about his mock retirement. With longtime colleague Rob Gronkowski considering a comeback from retirement, Brady was asked jokingly on the newest episode of his monthly Let's Go podcast with sportscaster Jim Gray about whether he would retire and unretire again. Brady said that the next time he decides to retire, that's it for him. Before breaking into laughter, he added that whenever that day comes, they'll deal with it. Gray then asked Brady, who is now in his 23rd NFL season, whether he was genuinely considering retirement. The 45-year-old quarterback said that he wasn't, but it was all a bit confusing for him. He said in retrospect, he believes the most important lesson he learned was that you must have absolute certainty before taking such a step. Let's go over Tom Brady's 2022 tantrum timeline. First off, the time he threw a tablet. In a 20-10 win against the Saints in September, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers scored all of their scores in the second half. However, Brady was seen taking his emotions out on some of the team's equipment in the first half following a particularly unpleasant incident. In the first half, Brady passed for just 104 yards, and the Buccaneers trailed 3-0 at halftime. During previous games against the Saints, Brady had also spiked a tablet. In 2021, he sat on the bench and blew off steam by shooting a tablet at a wall behind him. In the second half, the Buccaneers came back to tie the game in the third quarter and then win by 17 points in the final period. Brady had a quick post-game news conference, ending it after just a minute and a half when he asked for no more questions. It's an emotional game, Brady stated when asked how he deals with his emotions during games. While the Buccaneers' 20-10 victory rendered Brady's tablet issues moot, he still felt compelled to offer an an apology after the game. Next, the time he yelled at the offensive line. Tom Brady let his offensive line know he wasn't thrilled with their performance in the first half of Week 6's road game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Late in the second quarter, with the offense still unable to find the end zone, Brady was overheard berating his offensive linemen. In the first half, Brady was sacked twice, completed 10 of 21 passes for 110 yards and no touchdowns, and fumbled once, but did not lose the ball. At the break, the Steelers had a slim 10-9 lead against the Cardinals at Acrisure Stadium. Injuries to key players, notably at wide receiver, have contributed to the Buccaneers' offensive struggles during the 2022 season. After a 20-18 defeat to the Steelers, Tampa Bay has now scored 20 or fewer points in 5 of its 6 games. For a team like the Steelers, who have suffered so many defensive injuries, that's a major letdown. What's more, he defended it as well. This is not the first time that Brady has lost it on the field during a game. When things aren't going well, Brady isn't beyond showing his competitive spirit and enthusiasm to his teammates on the sidelines. In remarks made earlier this week, Brady attempted to justify his outburst, which was broadcast live and quickly spread throughout social media. He said that there are moments when you need to irritate the boys, get their attention, and make them feel like things are more urgent, all while raising your voice and setting a new tone for the whole offensive. And it was just what he was aiming for, says Brady, beaming broadly. That, as a quarterback, I don't have faith in the tackle, the running back, or the receiver to make the correct play. Brady added that this plan is always to handle it on his own. According to the athlete, it's his responsibility to get the team moving, and he raises his voice to encourage his teammates along the way. Rallying the masses by raising your voice might pay off at times. In this play, though, it was unclear whether it happened or not. Following up, the time when he cursed on sidelines. While playing the Saints on Monday Night Football, Tom Brady was having a hard night, and it didn't stop him from taking his frustration out on the Bucs punter. This early in the game, Brady and the Bucs have only managed 3 points. The Buccaneers punted early in the fourth quarter instead of going for it on 4th and 7 around midfield. After Bucs punter Jake Carmada punted into the end zone for a touchback, a fuming Tom Brady yelled insults at him from the bench. Fans later criticized Brady for attacking the punter. As expected, the Buccaneers staged a comeback and triumphed in spectacular fashion once again, improving their record to 3-0 in games when Brady has thrown a tantrum. Finally, the tantrum before halftime. Before halftime, Brady had a tantrum, as he often does when things aren't going well for him. Unfortunately for Bucs fans, the game against the 49ers ended in a 35-7 defeat. When asked about Tampa Bay's performance after the game, Bucs quarterback Tom Brady didn't hold back. Brady told the press, "They kicked our ass. The truth of the matter is that the chance to have your ass kicked or kick someone else's is there every time you step foot on the field. It's clear that they got what was coming for them." During the first half of the game, the Buccaneers scored 0 points. An interception by receiver Russell Gage on a deflected throw resulted in the team's only score. Against the strong 49ers defense, Brady struggled a bit. The 45-year-old quarterback completed 34 of 55 passes attempted, making this the 6th game this season in which he attempted 50 or more passes. That's a wrap for this video. So, what do you think of Brady's retirement plans? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.